Hi everyone, thank you for stopping by. In this video, I will be sharing 8 early warning signs about mental health and what you should do next, and the signs that you should never ignore. You may be a parent, you may be a friend, you may even be an employer that have noticed some signs in someone you know, someone you love, and someone that you take care of. So please watch till the end to know what you can do when you spot these early signs and why it matters and why you should never ignore it. So thank you for all my new watchers, people, and all my original subscribers, people that have been here before. Thank you for stopping by. My name's Debbie and this is Love Heals. And on my channel, you will see everything from mental wellness to mental well-being, psychological well-being, emotional well-being, self-growth, personal development, all that lovely good stuff, all about how you can be the best version of yourself, overcoming barriers, obstacles, and just soaring, just succeeding, just prospering in everything that you do. So if that is what you're about, then you can stick around. This video will be beneficial to you. So yes, I have 8 early warning signs. So my first early warning sign, and this can apply to you as well, someone that you know. Have you suddenly started overthinking, worrying, feeling anxious, feeling fearful about your life? Like, have you been consumed with worry? Is your mind just not at rest? Like, your mind is just going 100 miles per hour. You have so many thoughts going through your head and you just can't seem to shake it off. Like, that is an early warning sign. As someone shared that with you, that they're constantly overthinking, constantly ruminating, constantly thinking about things that have happened, perhaps even overthinking a scenario, feeling paranoid about going to a certain place, feeling paranoid about certain individuals, feeling paranoid about certain places. That is a very, very telling warning sign, because at the, first and foremost, if your mind is not settled, that is a major warning sign, because mental illness or mental health concerns or issues have everything to do with the mind. So we have our physical body, but then we also have our mind. And so that is the first early warning sign. The next early warning sign is your sleep or someone's sleep. Do you have sleep disturbances? Are you struggling to go to sleep? Is the person that you're thinking about struggling to go to sleep? Do they not get sleep during the night? Insomnia is one thing, but in terms of mental health, can that individual or yourself, can you not get to sleep? Or on the other side of that, are you oversleeping? So sleep disturbances, that is another telltale early sign about someone's mental health. The next early warning sign is social isolation, withdrawal. If you look at someone's social life, if you look at their friendships, if you look at their acquaintances, like the time they spend for leisure, outside of work, outside of other responsibilities, are they spending time for leisure, or are they keeping themselves away from friends that they once had? Do they even have friends? Do you even have friends? And just thinking about, why that is. And context is everything. So if this person only had one friend to start with, then of course, if they've started withdrawing from that friend, you want to find out why, what's gone on, what's happening for that individual. But if that person was someone that is the life of the party, always out socializing, have a lot of friends, suddenly they're not in contact with anybody, and that's another sign that that person is going through something and that needs to be explored. Another early warning sign is appetite. I love a good meal. I love a good meal, and if all of a sudden I'm losing appetite, it means something is going on in my body or something's going on in my mind. Has that person lost appetite? They don't want to eat no more, or are they even overeating? These are telltale signs about someone's mental health. Their appetite, what they eat, how they're eating, how often they're eating. Is there weight disturbances? Have they lost a lot of weight, or have they put on a lot of weight? This is definitely not a license to go around saying, oh my gosh, you put on so much weight, are you okay? Are you mentally ill? That's not what I'm saying. But it's just questions just to wonder and to think, because all of these signs obviously work hand in hand. And so if you see one, you may see another. So it was just picking the pieces to see whether or not there's weight disturbances and whether or not that person's appetite has been disturbed for whatever reason. That makes sense. Another warning sign is mood swings. And I know us girls, we can be moody, you know, at the time of the month, and that's not what I'm referring to. I mean, it's definitely not something that I'm using for banter or anything, because mood swings at the time of the month is very real for women that have periods. It's a very real thing. But mood swings outside of that, so men can have mood swings as well. Men that have male genitalia also can face these mood swings that I'm referring to. So have they extremely become low in mood? Are they suddenly, especially for men, if they're displaying anger, and this is out of character, by the way. This is not someone that's normally angry, but all of a sudden you're seeing in that individual that they're having a lot more anger outbursts. Also, is that person suddenly very elated? So mood swings that are out of that person's normal character is another telltale warning sign that that individual may be going through something and it needs to be investigated. Another sign is personality changes, and this sort of encompasses some of the things that I've already mentioned. But you knowing that person's personality, whether in the workplace, whether at home, whether socially, whether in leisure, you know someone's personality. Is their personality suddenly very different? Are they acting bizarre or unusual to how you know them? That's another telltale sign that perhaps that person needs to see someone and speak to someone as soon as possible. Another early warning sign is, are you or the person that you're thinking about relying on substances? And that might be alcohol or drugs. Is that person suddenly reliant on these things? For some people, they use it recreationally. Some people do these things socially, and I'm not here to debate about that or talk about the ethics or morality and stuff like that, whether or not taking drugs or alcohol is a good thing. But has that person suddenly become reliant on that? Because that means that person is self-medicating to cope with what is going on in their mind, to cope with what they're facing. That person will turn to a substance to cope and to get through their day. That's very concerning, and it's very worrying, and it's something that should be picked up upon. And then my final early warning sign is this person speaking about guilt and shame, feeling guilty, feeling shameful about something. Perhaps they've made a very big mistake. Something in their past is just still haunting them, and they're talking about being a burden. Their self-esteem, their self-worth, their self-image suddenly is very, very low. How they view themselves is very, very low and in a disturbing way. This is another telltale sign that this person or yourself is going through something mental that needs to be investigated. Now, the reason why I've done this video is because these are signs that we should never ever ignore or say, oh, whatever, that person's just going through what they're going through. Or even in yourself, if you notice these signs in yourself, you shouldn't ignore it. You should speak to someone you trust, or speak to your GP, because there is treatment out there that can help you if you pick it up early, and you can avoid having to face harsher treatment or treatment such as medication. Medication is not necessarily a bad thing, but if you would like to treat, or that person would like to treat what they're going through via therapy, then it's another good option. So there's so many options out there, but it's just good to pick out some of what these symptoms are. The same way you would pick out symptoms of having a cold, if you have a fever or a temperature, it's something that you usually respond to and act upon straight away. And that's the same way that we should treat our mental health, and just have that awareness of our body, what we're going through, you know yourself, know who you are, so that when these signs come up, you can say, okay, something's going on, and this is not like me, or this is not like this person. And so if you would like me to even explain the treatment that is out there for mental health, then definitely leave me a comment. But if any of these signs resonate with you, or you've noticed this in someone else, again, leave me a comment. If there's something that I've mentioned that you don't understand or need more clarity on, leave me a comment. I will link some other similar videos speaking about mood, depression, anxiety in the cards, so definitely look out for them. Well, thank you so much for listening to the end of the video. If there's another video that you would like me to talk about, you know what to do. But if this video has been beneficial to you, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye. This is the power of Christ in